neighborhood comedy theater in Mesa, Arizona. This is the Cool Time Dice Hour. We're inspired by shows like Dimension 20 and Critical Role. We're trying to take role-playing games and infuse them with a little improv comedy show energy to try and make something of our own. Thank you for joining us in our fun experiment. My name is Kyle Olson. I will be the all-knower and maker-upper, or TechMoo for short. Today we'll be all working together to make something new right before your ears. I've never run this actual game before. These players have never been these characters before. I've created a setting and a mystery, and I have no idea what's going to happen from this point forward. So let's all just wade into the weird. Inspired by the teenage crime solver groups like Scooby-Doo and Mystery Incorporated, I'd like you all to meet the Spooky Teen Squad. Players, please introduce yourselves and tell us a little about your character.
My name is Dorian Lenz. I will be playing the part of Declan Blake. I'm a former football player who has just found his love of solving crimes, man.
My name is David. I play Harris, but my friends call me Slick. I'm just your allergic goofball that loves food. And if the crime investigating doesn't work out, then I want to be in a boy band.
Yeah. I'm Chrissy Lenz. I'm going to be playing Winona Borealis, who loves being a part of the crime-solving team, and is also a big reader of all the 90s hits.
All right, and of course, no Spooky Teen Squad will be complete without a lovable animal companion, and that is played by the role of Mac. He is a rescued albino raven, and that is who I will be playing.
Yay.
So he doesn't talk much, but he can mimic. So, all right, let's get going. So before we check in on our teens, we have a stop to make first. It's the middle of the night, and we open on the hallway of an old fort. The walls are made of rotting timber, dirt, but along the floor is a strip of carpet, clean, still rolling up at the edges. And we hear two voices. Around the corner step two security guards carrying their flashlights, making the rounds. Chrissy, Dorian, would you be so kind as to be our two security guards? And the two of you are having a good-natured argument that you probably had a bunch of times before as you're just trying to kill the time through your shift.
Well, I'm telling you that the Phoenix Suns of 1997 would have beat the Phoenix Suns of 2022.
And I have told you time and again that both of those things are moot because the Phoenix Suns of 1992 would wipe the floor with both of those teams.
Well, I didn't know there would be a third variable in this combination of teams.
Infinite variables, that's what I keep trying to tell you, is that you're too narrow-minded when you give somebody a binary choice. It really limits the imagination that one can insinuate.
You know, you made me think a lot today, Daryl, and I'm going to think harder on that and be less binary in my choices.
As you take in that new piece of knowledge, you see something dark down the hallway.
Hey, what's that?
What the heck is that?
I don't know.
Now, as you look down the hallway where he's looking, you see it as well. A large shadow has moved across where there weren't shadows before.
It could be a shadow or like a bird. Shoot, that's a binary choice. I just made it again.
I'll tell you what, though. Shadows aren't made by nothing. Something is in here. It's in here.
Well, I'll tell you, Daryl, it is our responsibility as the security guards here to go ahead and check it out.
Well, actually, you don't need to worry too much about that because it seems to be moving much closer to you. So down the hall, this shadow is coming.
Oh my
getting
God.
much bigger and bigger and bigger.
It's a big old shadow. Here it comes. Hey, Shadow, stop right there.
Stop and state your business, Shadow.
And it answers by saying, and as the shadow expands, you see it is a large, is it a bird? Is it a lizard? Is it a dinosaur? Whatever it is, has glowing eyes and huge wings, and it screams.
That's the most terrifying thing I've seen.
And those guards immediately quit their jobs.
Yes.
And we hit our titles, Spooky Teen Squad, The Cry of the Arglebargle.
Arglebargle?
Yeah.
Love it.
So, welcome to the Midwest in the recent past. So, while this might be your first time meeting our squad, they are high school students who have been building up a reputation for helping people with problems of the weird supernatural variety. So far, all of them have turned out to be scams, usually just people in masks. But who knows what you're going to find next time. Today, we find our squad not in Squaresville, where they are from, but on the highway. Winona is behind the wheel of the Beast. It is the 1970s station wagon her parents gave her when she turned 16. It is the only method of transportation they use to get around because no one else has a car or motorcycle or anything. Right now, the three of you are driving around, and it's quiet because they've listened to the road mix that you made for them about 4 times, and now they're just tired of hearing the same one over and over again. So everyone's sort of just quietly looking out the window.
Bye, 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 bye. Yeah! Again!
Dude, I can't listen to that song one more time, Slick. Just turn it off.
I just need a little bit of time to hear my own thoughts.
I would rather sit in silence and listen to Winona's thoughts.
But, like, come on, like, we're jamming out.
4's enough, Slick. 4 times is enough.
Okay, fine, I'll turn it off.
Okay.
I'll just... You're missing out on my wonderful vocal cords. Just...
You listen to my thoughts too. Okay?
Yeah.
Both
All
of you
right.
guys just listen to my thoughts from inside my head.
As long as they don't include in sync, I'm fine.
From the cage in the way back, Mac pipes up and says, fortunately! Which is a great idea. He's suggesting that you play a road trip game.
I love road trip
You're going to
games.
play a game called Fortunately. So the game is this. The person started with a statement. They say, fortunately, for instance, fortunately, I got a full tank of gas. And then the next person counters with, unfortunately, all 4 tires were flat. And you see how long you can keep it going. It's last man standing. And so the prize will be that you will get a reroll on one of your rolls somewhere. So there is an incentive to play along. So, so Chrissy,
Yes.
I think Winona should start us off. So
Okay.
Start with a fortunately, and then it'll go to Dorian, and then to David, and then around. So
Fortunately, my library card is in good standing.
Unfortunately, you left it in your other pants.
Fortunately, there's a library website where you can still check out books with your account.
Unfortunately, because it is the 90s, that website is so slow to load that you can never ever get a whole book.
Fortunately, our AOL terms and conditions are like free minutes. It's not like we're not on a 100-minute plan anymore for our internet service.
Unfortunately, there was a small addendum added at the very bottom saying there was a limited plan.
Fortunately, we have already learned how to gather so many of the free discs that we get unlimited access because we have unlimited discs.
Unfortunately, my sister is talking to her boyfriend on the actual only line that we have in the house.
Fortunately, they have an open and honest communication.
Unfortunately, he lives in Canada and they only see each other once a year at camp.
Fortunately, you don't yet need your passport to go to Canada.
Unfortunately, it's still a very long drive.
Fortunately, they have a great friend who makes road trip mixes for them that really make the time fly by.
Oh, shoot, Declan's out, man. That was so good.
well, that's good because at that point you drive up and you pass a sign that says "Welcome to Northward, Kansas."
Ooh, northward. I like the sound of that. It sounds like something that is like both forward and forward.
Yeah, it's better than down back, right?
Agreed. I like the way your brain goes, Winona. It's good stuff.
Thanks.
Northward.
Is north, but like onward.
Yeah, love it. Love it.
So as you drive through, it's a very small town. It's maybe 3,000 people or so. So it has sort of a main street as you go through. A couple shops along the way. It's along the river, so this got something you can see. Houses like the suburbs a little bit farther back, but that's not where you're going because the directions you printed out for MapQuest are taking you a little bit further on. So as you go through the town and then look up the hill, you can see an old wooden fort, but it seems to be there's a lot of activity going on around it. As you get closer, you see there's a bunch of banners up, there's streamers, there's all kinds of stuff. There's a newly constructed parking lot made of gravel, and you see a big sign across the front of it says, Lewis and Clark Days, discover the fun.
I love discovering fun.
We should for sure discover some fun.
As long as there's, nothing, this fun isn't allergic for me, I say we should go.
Wait, what?
Like, I don't want, they have carnival games and they have they have freshly cut grass.
Yeah.
I'm worried. They have the gravel might be.
Okay, so you're allergic to the grass and the gravel, not the actual fun.
The fun.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Well, be more specific, Slick.
We got you.
I try.
Too. I brought Zyrtec.
Yeah.
I brought, and you've got all your EpiPens.
That's true, I do.
Okay, good. Then let's not shy away. Let's jump in.
All right, if you say so.
I never met a Lewis and Clark festival that I didn't want to be friends with.
As they say, northward, right?
Right.
Northward.
Northward. Hey guys, ready?
Northward!
All right. You pull in and you find a spot easily because there's only one car here. And then you hop out, and as you're walking out, you see someone walking down to you, and it's Poppy. Poppy is your friend from high school. She just graduated last year, so she is now a freshman at West Kansas State. And she is the one who sent you a message to come down and help because she was having a strange problem that she did not want to specifically elaborate on the computer.
Hey, Poppy!
Poppy, how's it going?
So she runs up and hugs you and then sort of gives both of you guys a wave hey.
Oh my god, Poppy, it is so good to see you. Thank you for inviting us.
I can't believe you actually came.
We are here, and we are here to do whatever you need.
So glad. I know it's getting close to dinner time, but I really need to show you this stuff and tell you about this stuff, and then I'll show you the town and we can figure all of it out.
Okay, I'm super psyched to find out.
Good. All right. So she comes along and so she brings you in, and once again the fort they have now built an actual door frame and stuff too. So they actually have locks and that sort of thing. So as she goes in, you see she's built essentially a pop-up museum. So they have taken, displays and artifacts from somewhere and have built inside this old decrepit fort sort of a little thing just for this event. And so it's still being put together. So you see there's still things right in the middle. There's a giant glass case that is empty, even though it's illuminated. There's power and everything too. And so she's bringing around and showing you all these things. So do you want to hear the weird stuff first, or do you want to hear the boring and why I'm here stuff first? Because
weird. Weird.
Yeah, let's go with weird.
Weird. That's why we're here. We're for weird, right?
Yeah.
We still care about you as a person.
We do.
For sure.
well, you are the spooky teen squad. I know what you're about. That's why I called you specifically. Okay, so there's a monster, and it's been ever since we set this up. Every night it comes out and chases away anyone who's around. We've gone through so many security guards. We can't seem to keep any staff around here, and now the townspeople have found out, and now no one's coming. So I got sent here to set this up specifically, and if it fails, then I'm going to fail too. And I really can't afford to do that. My parents are really, really pissed off at me right now. I don't want to stay in Kansas any longer than I have to. I don't know what to do.
What are you about?
Well, I didn't get the scholarship I was supposed to, so they're paying a lot more than they were going to. And then I got in trouble because I actually mislabeled some stuff. There was this, I labeled some pottery. I labeled it lithic when it was supposed to be archaic. And it turns out the history department is really, really specific about labeling things correctly.
Sounds like something they would do.
Yeah. So they sent me here as kind of punishment. So they do this, but it's 35% of my grade. If I don't get this and I don't make this happen, I'm going to fail.
But if you do,
we were supposed to be talking about the
success-
monster. Sorry, the monster. I'm just worried about my own stuff. So I did a little research at the local library, which is very, very small. But what I think it is it's something that's called the Van Meter Visitor, but that was only supposed to be in something from Iowa. But the people in town here are calling it the Arglebargle.
The what?
The Arglebargle, apparently that's what it sounds like when it screams at people, and it really likes to scream at people.
So then monsters like an onomatopoeia. That's pretty cool. Yeah.
And it's called, but the real name of it.
I think it is because they say it has glowing eyes. They say it has a long sort of beaky thing. It has big wings, and I found another listing for that. That's called the Van Meter Visitor. It's from Iowa. Van Meter is the town, and it apparently lives in mines. But there's no mines here, so I don't know why, if it's a mine creature, why it would be here. All I know is it really likes this fort, and it's
I guess
really
miners have their
marshmallow.
own vacations too. You know.
That's I guess so.
What
I
better
hadn't thought
place
about
to
that.
pick than northward?
I mean,
Good one, Slick. Good one. Yeah.
So, tell me more about what you found out in your research.
That's about it. Like
Oh,
it was
okay.
one book of mythology. It was a one-page thing. The art took up most of it. It was. I mean, the person was a very good artist.
Oh, yeah.
But
It's I would love to see the book.
This was in 1900s or so.
Okay. So we have got to get rid of this Arglebargle so that you can get a good grade.
Yeah. I mean, that seems like the right choice.
That's what I was
Right.
hoping you would say.
Do we need a library card to go to the library, though? Because we left ours at home.
At this point, from down the hall, you hear a loud, booming voice say, "You don't need a library card. You've got the best resource in the world right here." And she's like, "Oh, I forgot to tell you, Dr. Cross is here." And so coming down the hallway is Dr. Lawrence Cross. You have no idea who he is, but he's acting as if you should.
Pleased to meet you, sir. Hi.
Well, hello. You might have seen me on Oprah.
Oh, God. Yeah, that's what I thought. You looked so familiar, but now you really... Oprah, totally. You were talking about...
Archaeology.
Archaeology and
Yeah.
Traveling the world.
travel the world.
Looking for artifacts.
Right.
Yeah, no,
Right.
I totally remember that. And what do you think about this Arglebargle?
I think it's a bunch of hooey.
The Arglebargle is hooey?
I think it's just people trying to make something out of nothing. Sorry, guys. This is Dr. Cross. He's here because we needed sort of a actual, like, real scientist. But I'm just a student to actually set up all this stuff because he's not specifically set. This is not his specific area of expertise, but we needed someone with credentials in order to have that sort of air of authenticity. And I was in the area.
What had brought you to the area?
A little side hustle. There was a little bit of construction they were doing down river, and they discovered a little camp. And so they were thinking it might have some historical significance. But I looked into it, and turns out, nope, just some people in the 1800s or so set a camp and then moved on.
Interesting.
Oh, and that seems pretty historical to me. 1800s.
The things that they found were fairly dull, but they are historical, as you say. And so those actually are what we're going to be putting in on display because they are technically historical from around the same era or so. And so we figured, why not have something brand new to show the people? So that's what we're going to be putting in the.
There's going to
the
be
big
stuff from
display.
the camp here
Yes.
at this mobile exhibit.
Correct.
Okay.
See, what I've discovered about the Midwest is you don't have a lot of exciting history. So the people get very, very excited about the most mundane of things. So the reason this town is called... Do you know why this town is called Northwood?
No, but we're super interested.
Well, then settle back and let me tell you. When Lewis and Clark's expedition got here, they turned north.
Oh, and then they went onward.
Yes.
You guys, it's like we said.
No, we nailed it. We nailed it. We
got it.
totally
Onward and
nailed it.
upward.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what is the most interesting piece that you discovered that will be on display?
It's all fairly just the backpacks and shovels and that kind of thing. There's a wooden box that's more fancier than anything else, but it's just a box.
Oh.
Is there anything in the box?
I don't think so.
All right.
Well, we would love to poke around the exhibit and just really get to know what's here, right, guys?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if we're going to solve this problem, we need to, like, see if we can find this Arglebargle.
Yeah.
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 And like, stop it.
Right.
Yeah.
Ready, guys?
Uh,
No!
At that point, the doors crash open and a huge sort of entourage comes rushing in, carrying all sorts of things. All sorts of, a lot of hustle bustle going on all of a sudden. And
Yo,
so,
like, where's the party?
so you see a large man that is barking orders to all the people. Yes, move aside, move this, put that there, put these over here. And so Poppy pulls you guys out of the way as all these guys over and saying, "Oh, that's Mr. Valentine. He's the guy who actually owns the artifacts because he owns the land that it was found on, and so technically we're sort of borrowing them from him. But he's a lot.
He owns the land, so that means he owns the artifacts?
This what he's saying. Yes."
Okay.
So he's loaning them to us for this exhibit because they're from the same era as the Lewis and Clark stuff. This is this camp, this fort was abandoned even then. That's how old it is.
Okay.
But this is where they stayed. So Lewis and Clark basically stayed in here for a night and then went north, and
So,
thus
but
a town was born.
He owns the land. It's not like municipality.
This area. This is actually government land that we're on, but he is building a hotel across the river, and that's where all the artifacts that we're putting in here are. I mean, we're borrowing some stuff from the local museum as well.
Mm-hmm.
But West Kansas didn't want to donate anything.
So, like, Poppy.
Yeah.
He's building a hotel. So, if the artifacts are really cool, then would that, like, interfere with his building plans?
It's an excellent question you've asked, and I will answer it.
Oh, okay.
Hello, Haroon Valentine.
Oh, hi.
And you are?
I'm Winona. These are my friends. We're a spooky teen squad, and we're just here to, like, learn everything we can.
You're a spooky teen squad.
That's right. We're the Spooky Teen Squad.
You squad up to find spooky teens?
We are spooky teens.
We're the teens.
We're the
Finding
teens.
the spooky
Teens who
weird
are
stuff.
spooky.
Yeah.
Yes.
And we are here to help with your Arglebargle.
Ah, yes, a little critter who seems to be running around everyone's so become afraid of.
Are you worried about this Arglebargle, Mr.
Not at all.
Valentine?
I'm a little annoyed that it's going to keep people away because we're going to have a giant banner across the top saying, from Valentine Industries.
Mm-hmm.
I want people to see that, thinking of us when the hotel opens. Be sending all that way. So more people here, better for me.
Are you at all concerned, Mr. Valentine, that the discovery of a historical landmark on land that you intend to develop could somehow thwart or enhance your value?
My goodness, for a teenager, you ask very insightful questions.
Well, I'm spooky. And I read this John Grisham novel once where it was like, that was the whole plot.
Yeah, and one of my favorite archaeologists says, "This belongs in a museum," referring to the stuff you found.
Which person was this? Should I know who this is?
Indiana Jones, have you ever heard of him?
Not heard of Indiana Jones. All right, Slick. If you would make a roll for me.
Yes.
Your difficulty is 18. You can add in your smarts.
And my smart?
Add your smarts.
18. Exactly.
Me too.
Nailed it.
You got it. That's exactly right. All right. So as this conversation is happening, you notice off the side from those other exhibits, you're seeing a light is flashing on a regular basis. Not like a regular thing, but like, and then it's gone for a little bit, and then it flashes again. You're seeing something is reflecting off of the glass of the display cases and then flashing on an irregular basis.
Man, it's like if someone's either showing me Morse code or someone's having a disco party. And I point over to where I saw the blinking light.
What's that over there? We should go explore it.
Yeah, Mr. Valentine has blown off your question, patted you on the head, and has gone back to needlessly supervising all his people as they're putting in artifacts into this lake.
I don't know about you guys, but like, I don't like that dude.
Well, I mean, he's a man of industry, and as such, like, we should be wary of his, like, intentions.
Yeah, for a guy who's named Valentine, he sure isn't very lovely.
I was like,
Oh my god, dude, that was so funny.
oh
Good
my
one.
God. So what's this you say about a disco party?
Yeah, there's just like a blinking light over there on the reflecting glass.
Let's go look at it.
Yeah, let's go check it out.
Slick.
I mean, this seems like our first lead.
Yeah.
Did Mac come in with us? Like, does he sit on our shoulders?
Or he can be on whoever's shoulder will take it. Otherwise, he'll just find a perch, sit around, and he'll.
Okay.
All right. So as they're all working on the side, you sort of go around deeper into the area, and you see that one of the workmen has split off from the group and is walking around looking at the gibbets. What you see with the flashing light is he has a really high tech digital camera, and he is trying to surreptitiously take pictures, but he doesn't know how to turn the flash off. So he's holding it in front of himself and trying to take pictures, and you keep seeing the flash keeps on. And he's
Okay. Does he look like all the other? Does he look different in any way than the other workers?
his the coveralls he's wearing are like 2 sizes too big.
You guys, this guy is like Spy City, am I right? Because I totally read a Tom Clancy novel once where they sent in like a spy in sheep's clothing. This guy's totally scoping out what's going on.
Should we confront him?
Well, you do it, Declan.
Yeah, you're the former football player.
Well, as you've said that I can, then I will. I'm going to barrel towards him going, "Hey, you, buddy."
He turned around and looks at it, and you can tell he's got like a $200 haircut and a $2 mustache. And he is way intimidated by a person who's probably 6 inches taller than him, barreling down on him.
What are you doing taking pictures?
What? I'm a workman. I'm working. This is me. I'm working. See? Making sure it's nice and clean.
Dude, that you look so suspect right now. Nobody believes that you're actually taking pictures. Spill the beans, bro.
I don't know what you're talking about. And then at that point, that's when Poppy runs around and goes, "Oh, Layton! Oh, who are these?
Poppy, you know this guy?
Yes, this is Leighton Morton III. He actually runs the Morton Family Presents the Pinnacle Midwest Museum, supported by the Morton Foundation.
That was so many words, Poppy.
So many words, and I think if they could find a way to put Morton in there a third time, they probably would have.
Wait, are you saying that like you've got like a competing museum with this one?
My family has the only museum in all of Northward, and then these people come in from nowhere and just decide they're going to build their own and set up? I don't think so.
Okay, so you're not a worker, which is what we thought.
These hands have never done physical labor.
Well, what is it to you, Morton, if we have more than one museum? Shouldn't knowledge be multiplied and not divided?
No, it should be held by the betters, so the lessers have to pay to come in and see it. That's the way these things work. Children.
What's in it for you, Morton? Like, do you get paid per person who goes to your museum?
Yes.
Oh, okay. That makes total sense.
It's
then.
my family's museum, and we
I think
charge
he meant lessons
admission.
as like his customer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and this is for free? I mean, what are they even doing?
Well, they're trying to share the beautiful history of this area. So then, like, you would have a lot to gain if this place failed.
Oh, you're right. I should make sure this place fails.
Wait, no. Well, what are you? You're already being a spy.
It's market research. If they're the competition, I need to see what I'm up against.
Can we look through your pictures?
What? That's an invasion of privacy, which I believe is against the law. If not, I'm going to call my lawyer and make sure it is.
But your camera's so neat, and I've just never seen anything like it before, and it's obviously top of the line. So if you would just, show me how it works, and how can such a little thing store so many images, probably?
Okay, that sounds like a flirt roll to me.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. We'll set your difficulty at 20, but I believe you get a +1.
All right. So I got 15.
Okay, 15 total or 15 and then added?
15 total.
Okay.
I rolled a 4 and then a 1 and then...
My camera's imported. I don't let just anyone touch it. No.
I'm gonna crack my knuckles and intimidate. I think you're gonna show us that camera.
Crack.
I can't do it.
Crinkle, crack.
He moves it, tries to get away from you essentially, and ends up falling on the ground. And you see stuff falls out of his pocket, and he's on the ground trying to do that. At that point, you start hearing a beeping, and then another beeping, and another beeping, and you realize that everyone's digital watch is beeping all at the same time.
What time is it?
It's like 4:57.
And all the workers?
Everyone's in the town, including Poppy.
Okay.
They all stop and go, so the museum's closed. We need to get everybody back to the day. And they're like, and everybody's like, yeah, great, all right. And they basically just whatever they were doing, they just set it down on the ground and then start going out, including Valentine, including Dr. Cross. Everybody's just like,
What is happening?
Poppy, what the heck are
yeah.
deals?
Sorry, forgot to tell you. Sundown. Sundown is when the Arglebargle first shows up. So at this point, everybody, when it's 5 minutes before sundown, everybody goes into away from here into their houses and locks the doors.
Oh, gee, well, I'm actually late for something as well. I'm allergic to being late, so I'm gonna go head out with everybody.
Stand your ground, Slick.
Okay.
Come on.
Northward.
Northward.
Yeah,
Right.
we're going
Here we
northward.
are.
Northward.
Northward is what we do.
Sure. Yeah. I might start having hives later for being late.
Hey, who are we? Who are we, Slick?
The
Spooky Teen Squad.
And what does the Spooky Teen Squad do?
Leave when there's
No, Slick.
As you look over at the group who are all in the line trying to get out, you see that Mac is in the line too, just hopping along to exit everybody else.
Mac, wait for me! And I run after Mac.
Mac, we need you. Come back. I know that what we have to do, obviously, is stay here and investigate. And is Mac ever good at retrieving things? Can we get him to retrieve things sometimes?
Sure, absolutely.
When everything fell out of Leighton's pockets, did he scoop it all back up, or is there
He tried
a
to,
chance?
and that was the time. So yeah, there's a chance.
Okay, so I would love to see if we can get Mac to get the digital camera
Oh wow!
out of
okay.
his pocket.
Okay. All right. I have stats for him, so I will try and roll. Are you three going to try and stay?
Yes.
I mean, Poppy's not going out with the rest of it, but she's also still okay, let's,
No, we
she's
want to
moving
stay.
towards the door.
We want to stay for sure.
We're
Okay.
for sure staying, Poppy.
We're staying.
Good job, Slick.
Ooh, that's. Mac flies over and then back to you. Does not have a camera, but has something else instead. It is a piece of green paper, and you see an address of the town on the top of it, and then on the side it has a bunch of dollar amounts, all these different, some high, some low, all that kind of thing, and you see it's perforated down the middle. So essentially, this is half of a sheet of something.
Okay, but it's like intentionally perforated,
Yeah.
so this is something that someone
Torn
like
it.
almost like a check register.
Yeah.
Okay. How big is it? Is it small?
No, it's the size of a regular sort of large sheet of paper. So it's 8.5 by 11. So 11.
And it's addresses and dollars.
If there's an address at the top, sort of embossed,
Oh,
like it's been put on there.
so like that's where it came
That's
from.
where it came from. Yeah.
Okay.
Presumably.
Do I recognize the address?
It's here in town.
Okay.
Oh, maybe we need to split up the team and have 2 people stay here and have 2 people go to that address and check it out.
Yeah, absolutely. There's 3 of us.
Well, what I meant, I included Mac as a person.
Oh, okay. So then you want to stay here with Mac?
Well,
As you're going, you see that Dr. Cross and Mr. Valentine have reached the door at the same time and are arguing with each other.
Ooh, can we hear what they're saying?
You can try.
we're going to sneak.
Sneak up.
You sneak up?
So, yeah, you want
Okay,
to try to sneak up? Okay. All right. Then, let's see. That's a moves roll, I think. But there's a lot of chaos going on, so I'm not saying try. So I'm going to say it's a 16. You are nimble, so you can also add a +2.
Oh, plus 2.
So plus
Move
13.
plus 2.
Yeah, so I think you make it.
Okay,
Well,
cool.
like,
I mean, I can still roll,
it's
but-
just, yeah, go ahead. If you want. Maybe it's fantastic, but you're going to make it.
So that's
Spatial anomaly.
21.
Oh, okay. All right. So you end up just basically on the other side of a case, which is shut off. So it's like not, it's glass, but you can't see through it. And so you get to hear. And so, yeah, the originally it seems to be, it started as no, you go first, no, you, and they're being polite. And now it's sort of escalated into that. And so essentially they're talking about, that Valentine hired Dr. Cross to come out and do all this stuff too. And Valentine thinks she did a crappy job. Dr. Cross is, indignant about this. Apparently he has a general meeting with Discovery Channel next week, and he doesn't have to take this. I'm not going to role play the entire thing out. But it's as they're going through it. So, as they, get things, like Dr. Cross then, makes a move to actually shake him by the lapels or whatever. And then they sort of push away from each other. And then, there's one of Valentine's people basically gets in the middle and be like, "Oh, Mr. Valentine's very busy. Yeah, a lot of things we have to do. We have the itinerary we need to keep to." And Valentine actually grabs the itinerary out of the guy's hand and crumples up and throws it away and says, "We're doing this now." But then people end up pulling him away. But you can see that it was, it was going to be something. And Dr. Cross is watching him walk away like, "I think I won that one." Look at him run.
Somebody needs to grab that piece of itinerary. Itinerary? Itinerary.
Mac, get it.
Mac, go get that itinerary.
All right, you got your 20, so you're right there. So yeah, so you can swoop down and go ahead. So yeah,
Cool.
it's balled up. Looks like as you spread it out and look at it, it's basically like it's a very busy day of all these meetings across town and stuff too. The next thing and everything seems to be fairly normal, boring, and described and listed there until this evening at 7 p.m. There's something that's called the DWTM, and whatever that is in bold, double underlined, and has 3 exclamation marks. So DWTM, whatever it is, it seems to be the thing that cannot be changed. Everything else can be sort of pushed and managed, but this thing seems to be the one that is the rock solid thing that has to happen.
Obviously, whatever's going to happen is going to happen. This is gotta be connect.
Yeah.
So I want to go check out this address.
Yeah.
You guys stay here and see what happened.
You're going to go by yourself, Winona?
Well, no, I can go with you.
No, you can stay right here, Slick.
The Arglebargle.
You're so good at you have to stay. What's going to happen to Declan if he's all alone?
I'll crack my knuckles and beat up the Arglebargle.
Yeah, he's a former football player.
Exactly. So, and this is obviously some kind of financial institution that I have to go investigate. So, obviously, I need to go flash my 100-watt smile and find out what's there.
I like this plan, Winona. I like it. Fortunately, you've got the keys to the beast.
Yeah, it's mine.
Unfortunately, no one's valuing
Oh, we
my
can't play
business.
this game again. We can't play this game again right now.
So Dr. Cross and Poppy are the only two people left.
Okay.
I think it said Poppy's the one who has the keys, so she has to be the last one.
Hey, Poppy, we're going to stay. Me and Slick are going to stay and figure out who this Arglebargle is. Where does he usually, seen first, do you know?
No, it seems to be this whole area, but it never has been seen anywhere other than inside the fort here, so it hasn't come to the town yet. The town thinks it's only a matter of time, but so far he's in, and we haven't really, so far it hasn't tried to, destroy anything. Everything is sort of in place, even though sometimes boxes are knocked over and things, so we're not exactly sure what it is it's trying to do other than go after people. And it's scary. I saw it once. It's scary.
We need, a hiding spot.
I want to ask Dr. Cross and Poppy if they, not so much, I want to ask Poppy if she recognizes the address on the little piece of paper.
Okay. Well, I know where it is, but I don't know what it is.
Okay.
And so she basically can, kind of then gives you a little rough thing of town. Like, oh, there's 2 cross streets on there. So that one is behind, this. And so it gives you a rough thing, and everything's walking distance here. You don't have to worry about.
Okay, cool.
So it's just down the hill. So basically, there's down the hill to the right, 3 blocks that way, and then 2 blocks that way. And
okay. So,
it isn't off of the main street thing. It's not in the suburbs or anything. So
okay. I'm going to go check it out.
Slick, you're good at hiding. Find us a good hiding spot.
You bet.
I'm sorry. On the itinerary, there's an address as well. It is on the other side of town.
Is it attached to the DWTM?
Yes.
Well, shoot. We can't split up the group 3 ways. Why don't we send Mac to fly over there and look at it?
Mac can only mimic. He's a great guy, but
Sometimes I think you guys don't have as much faith in Mac as I have faith in Mac.
Well, obviously, I think Slick should be the one to stay here and face the Arglebargle.
You know what? That's a good call. That's a good call, Winona. Smart. I'll go to this other address.
Unfortunately,
we're not playing the game anymore. That's a card game. Slick.
Slick, it's really important that when the Arglebargle shows itself, that you get a sense of where it's coming from, what it looks like.
I can tell you what it looks like. Scary.
Right, but scary in what way?
Look, you don't have to necessarily engage with it. Just take notes.
Okay. Do my best.
Dr. Cross says, you're just wasting your time. You're just going to sit here in a cold, unheated room for the rest of the night and not see a thing. Why even bother?
Why don't you stay with Slip then, Dr. Cross? Maybe he could benefit from your great observational powers as an archaeologist.
I would be happy to have that conversation over some dinner. I'm an important person. I have important things to do. I have errands to run, and I'm not going to spend my night here when I could be taking calls from Hollywood.
I think Dr. Cross is afraid. I think that's the problem.
Maybe Dr. Cross will be back later. Wing.
So then Dr. Cross, as he's walking out with Poppy, he says, remind me again, the bookstore, the one you keep telling me to go to. She's like, Faded Follies. Yes, that's it. She's like, I've told you 4 times. Why can you not remember this? Because it's a stupid name for a bookstore. But thank you, Poppy. You did 3. Good luck with whatever this nonsense is you're doing.
Thanks, Dr. Archaeologist.
Okay. Well, it sounds like we have a plan, squad.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do.
Yeah, we
right,
do.
Slick?
Northward, am I right?
Yeah, Matt can stay with you.
Okay, I'll take Matt.
Okay, so tell me what the plan is.
I'm going to go to the address on the green piece of paper.
Okay.
I'm going to go to the address on the itinerary that says DWTM.
Okay. That is until the evening.
Oh.
But you can go there now if you want to see what it is.
Yeah. No, I want Slick to hang out alone. So yeah, I'm gonna go there now.
And I'll be staying by myself with Mac hiding, looking for the Arglebargle.
Okay. All right. All right. Let's see how we want to do the time thing on this. Okay, so let's do Chrissy first. All right. So you're following the green sheet of paper, right?
Yes, I'm following the green sheet of paper with the dollars amount, the perforated green piece of paper.
Okay. So as you get there, the address seems to be in an alleyway behind a business as you're going through. The town is essentially shut. Like as you're going around, you don't see anybody else, and any people you do are just like looking at the windows, like, why is that strange girl walking around outside? Like it has become a ghost town.
Okay.
But you know people are inside, but no one's on the street. So then, as you're going through, you find as you're going around, you find something on the ground. You kick something that goes rolling away as you're walking towards the address.
I want to run and pick it up.
Okay. It is a small metal gold ball. Doesn't seem to be very well constructed. It's pretty light.
Okay. If I shake it, does it have a sound?
No.
And
it's not made of gold. It's someone has painted it that way.
okay. And it's round like a ball?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is a full-on sphere.
Okay.
It looks like there's a part of that, like maybe it was attached to something before, and now it has fallen off.
And I'm right behind the address?
Yeah. So make me a smarts roll.
21!
Oh, then yes, you actually you because all the doors back here have no sign. Like, they're basically all just the back doors of whatever the businesses are. You see, but above one of them, you see two more of those gold balls. There's sort of like a weird metal arch thing hanging above it, and there's two other gold balls, and then one of them is missing.
Metal arch?
Yeah, so it's like a metal. It's about 2 feet. Whatever. There's an arc, and then down the middle, and so at the bottom of each of like the prongs of a trident, but upside down.
Okay.
There's gold balls, like you said, and then one of them apparently has fallen off, and that is what you found.
Do I recognize it as being a meaningful symbol of some kind?
Let's see. On what? 21? You said?
Yeah.
Yes. You remember? This is a sign for a pawn shop. From way back at the time of the Medicis. Like, this is like the international sign of pawn shop.
And is the rest of the pawn shop looking like
you're outside, like, basically. This is the thing that's above the door. So you can go to the door if you want to.
Door, right?
Yes, you're in the alley, and it's on the back.
Okay. So I want to, run around to the front and see if this looks like a nice pawn shop or if this looks like a sleazy pawn shop.
Small town, so it probably does both.
Okay.
Probably a little bit more on the sleazier side.
Do I see anything in the window?
The lights are on and everything too, so you can see in.
Do I see anything that I would recognize as being like an archaeological artifact?
From looking through the bars and the glass into the glass cases.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Okay.
You see some guitars, and you see some, musical instruments of various types, and a lot of jewelry and things in there. But
it's locked up
from
there.
Here, no.
Oh,
Doors
is
open.
that?
No,
okay.
doors open.
I want to go into the pawn shop.
Okay.
Ding. Hello. Ringy ding ding ding. Hello. Is anyone here?
Don't hear anyone. You don't see anyone.
Okay. I walk up to what looks like the main counter, and I want to look for any signs of a danger.
Okay. Let's see. That's another smarts roll.
Okay. All right.
Oh, you're also nosy.
Yeah.
So you can get a +2 on that as well.
Excellent. I love being nosy. 20.
Oh, okay. All right. So you are you just leaning over the counter, or are you going behind the counter to?
I want to go behind the counter. I want to look and see if.
Okay. All right.
Something's
So all right.
amiss.
So you're down looking at. There's any mess, but you're sort of going through. And as you're going through, you hear ding 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 as someone comes into the shop. if you would be so kind as to play a patron who is coming into the shop.
Of course.
There's your notes. So I have, for the audience at home, I have handed a note to David, giving him a character and a little bit of description of what he's after. So he is now going to be playing someone new with a different agenda.
Hi there. I'm here to get a wedding ring.
Oh,
Yeah.
how lovely.
Yeah, I'm here to propose. Well, I'm going to propose to Felicia. Felicia, she's really amazing. I'm sorry.
Are you crying? Oh my god! I'm gonna run around and put my arm around him and be like, "You can tell me everything."
I mean, yeah, I'm just these are tears of joy.
Oh, okay.
Unless you think I'm sad and you don't think I should marry Felicia.
No, you totally should. But you want to buy one of these pawned wedding rings?
Yeah, because people love pawned rings, and I'm Alex, by the way.
Oh, hi, Alex.
Hi.
Alex, have you ever shopped at this pawn shop before?
This is, I've visited the signs, but saw the sign, but I just know this is my first time.
Do you know anybody who works here normally?
I mean, I've just heard about this place because I asked my friend Sal, hey man, where should I go to get a ring to cheaply show I love Felicia so much, and he recommended this pawn shop.
Okay, well, I obviously can't tell you anything because I don't work here. But I would love to know anything you can tell me about this town.
Well,
I'm just surprised you're so honest. It's like, you're just behind the counter of a place you don't work.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Teenage girl just wandering through. Okay.
I love love. I want to help him.
I love love too, like genuine, pure love, not dishonest, maliceful love.
Okay, Alex. Well, then the fastest way to get you what you need is to find the person who works here. So come behind the counter. Help me.
This is a bit odd, but okay.
Let's look around and find the person who works here.
Okay. Hello.
Hello.
I'd say the back door is propped open, but there ain't nobody here.
It's propped open?
Yeah.
Okay. Is there, I'm going to poke the cash register. Is there money in there or is it empty?
No, it's
full of money?
Yeah.
But I didn't
welcome to Kansas.
I didn't see any
It's a welcoming
signs of
place.
struggle?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
So, what do you want to do? You have a crying man and an empty pawn shop.
The good times we've had.
Okay.
All right, so while you're figuring it out, then we'll cut away. While you try and figure out what you're doing. So, Dorian, what are you doing?
I'm going to this other address, which was on the itinerary.
Okay.
Do you take the beast? Drive there, or
No,
you walk
it's
there?
walk.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's walking distance.
I'm also going to walk because
Okay.
Declan likes to get his reps in.
Okay. All right. As you, similar thing, you end up going around the address in the back. You walk in, and it's into a restaurant. But once again, it is empty. However, oddly, all of the tables have been pushed to the side, and there's just one table in the middle set up. Just one.
And it's all set up?
Yeah, it's all set up, ready to go. The oven's on, but there's no one there.
I'm going to sit at the table for just a minute.
Okay. At that point, the door opens up. Walks in. Those listeners at home, I've just handed Chrissy an envelope which contains a character and a couple of things about them. So Chrissy is about to portray a character from scratch.
What's up? My name's Declan, and I just walked in here.
Good gracious, young man, what are you doing here?
Oh, I just walked in here. My name's Declan, and I just walked in here.
There's no place for a young man. We've got plans to happen in this town and things to do, and, well, I just simply can't have any interlopers in this situation.
Wait, what? First of all, what does interloper mean? Secondly, hi, my name's Declan. What's your name?
I'm Mayor Taylor, so you may call me Madam Mayor.
Well, Madam Mayor, my team is here doing some spooky ghost hunting.
Oh my goodness. Young man, I certainly cannot be interested in your affairs while I am working so hard to keep this town prosperous. I asked for something specific in this place, and I say I just cannot have any distractions. You must go.
Wait, what do you need help with? Because I can help. I'm Declan, and I help people.
Well, if you must be of service, then please help me put the place settings in their more proper areas. This is going to be the dinner of the season.
Oh, who's coming to dinner?
Some very impressive people. Perhaps you've heard of Mr. Valentine.
Oh, wait, you know what I'm remembering? I just got hired to be a server for this dinner. That's what it was. Oh, man, I'm so dumb sometimes. So I know I'm a little early, but yeah, I totally help. My name's Declan, and I'm a server.
Well, that certainly tracks with the kind of service I've gotten around here in the past. We'll get it set up. This dinner absolutely has to go off without a hitch. I must have Mr. Valentine keep his business here in my beautiful town of Northworth so that we can keep moving on and up.
Sweet. I'm here to help in any way. I'm gonna start pulling the. Is it just one person for dinner? just the one guy?
But it has to be as impressive as possible, which is why I asked for the nicest table in the place. Apparently, that means one table in the middle of the room.
Yeah,
It will do, but please.
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna go into like the back room and find like an apron or a hat.
Yeah.
Or something else.
Say there are a lot of ingredients here, but
and then I'm gonna set. Is the table already set?
Table is set. Yes, but there's
like
there's no prepared food.
Move things around, and I'm gonna go back in the kitchen. And is there any? There's food in there to prepare?
There's food to prepare, yeah. But there are no,
Declan knows how to make
recipes
spaghetti, and that's it. So I'm going to start and try and prepare spaghetti.
Okay.
Young man, I certainly don't know your name.
It's Declan. I said it like 4 times.
It's no matter, but I need the nicest bottle of wine that this establishment has on offer.
All right. Well, I'm definitely old enough to drink wine and serve it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in the back and I'm going to find the best bottle of wine.
Yes, as I said. Good God, young man.
I'm going to go look for the best bottle of wine.
Okay. All right. As you're back, we'll cut back to then inside the museum as you and Mac are just wandering around, trying not to scare the hell out of yourself.
So, Mac, you want to play another game?
As Mac is ignoring you guys, he seems to be looking down the hallway.
Mac, what you looking at, buddy?
It seems like the lights seem to be going out. As they're getting closer down the hallway that end that you're standing on.
I go to scoop up Mac.
Okay.
And I'm backing away from the lights that are turning off.
Okay.
And I'm looking for a place to hide now.
Okay. All right.
I'm just like cradling Mac, I guess, a little bit. It's like, it's gonna be okay, buddy. It's gonna be okay.
Okay, so you're attempting to hide.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So let's see. Make me a smarts roll.
10.
There's some boxes.
I try to take the boxes and like put myself under as much as I possibly can, holding Mac as well.
And Mac is shivering.
It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, and so as you're there in your incredibly well hidden spot, you hear the big thump, 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 so, and then something dragging along as it goes by. So yeah, coming down the hall and then going past you. So are you going to attempt to look out, or are you staying?
I'm just going to open my box while I'm going to have Mac like perched on me a little bit. I'm going to open the box just a little bit to look under like the slit here.
Okay. So yeah, you see basically clawed feet and sort of a leathery wing as whatever it was goes around the corner and goes back.
And the thumping is dying down.
Yeah, it seems the footsteps seem to be going away. You're in a very
All right, I'm going to
very
lift
Sigourney Weaver situation here.
Yeah. I'm going to lift open my box.
Okay.
And then I'm going to try to see if I can see the backside of the creature I'm looking at.
Okay. All right. Back to the pawn shop then. So at this point, I think your patron is in a full-on meltdown.
Okay.
Pressed up against the glass. Like,
So while I'm looking in the case, I want to see if I can find like a ledger or a book of a sales book, like that this thing would have come out.
Okay. All right. Make me a smarts roll. And I think you have a bonus thing for that too. Yes, you have a +2.
20.
That's with a +2?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, underneath the cash register, you find a ledger.
Okay.
And as you go through, you then sort of take the time and go through a couple, because apparently this is how they do business. They have all the things that they purchased and then how much it was. So you managed to do it. And you find out that this particular sheet was from Leighton Morton the Third from the museum. He has been apparently selling things, a lot of things, to this pawn shop.
Okay. And then I'm also I'm gonna find a ring and sell this guy a ring.
Okay.
Be like, this one is really nice. This is what I would want if I was Felicia.
uh-huh.
And I think that you'll have like a really lucky time if you use this ring, which is the price that the ledger says that it is. So you have to pay me in cash because I don't know how to use their chunk credit card machine.
You know, or we can just say I got the ring so I can tell everybody I got the ring for her and I can just leave.
Oh, okay, bye! And put it back. And I want to take the page of the ledger that says that he's been selling a lot of stuff with me. And I'm gonna skidoo out of there.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Let's go back to the dinner.
So I'm in the kitchen making spaghetti.
Young man, I hate to. I realize that you're hard at work, and you are, I must say, so far the most competent member of staff here. But I must implore you, sir. I don't know what this Valentine is into, let's say, but if mayor's not what's on the menu, maybe I could encourage you to just undo the top button of your dashing.
This took a turn that I was not expecting.
Not to do anything untoward, just to entice, so that he knows that there are treasures in this town.
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm here to serve, so I got like 2 chest hairs, so I'll just.
Yes.
This sounds
just
good.
have them on display as much as the finery.
Okay, do you think he wants like red sauce or like white sauce?
Red, absolutely red.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Sweet.
Now, the dinner isn't for quite a while, but I think that we need to be as ready as we possibly can be.
All right, make me a roll, please, to try and make this spaghetti well. I'm going to let you use moves on this one because it might be muscle memory. You've done this a bunch of times. So I add a +4 to what you get.
So I got 15, and then I add my other 4 to that, right? Yeah. So 19.
19. All right, 19 is not bad. It is edible spaghetti.
Yes.
Yay!
I would say it's probably not beautiful, but it probably will taste all right. This is like college room spaghetti.
100%.
So, okay. All right, then back to the museum. So, what is your plan now? So, it's here. It's walking around.
Yes. I guess I'm just going to sneak up on it and figure out what it's what it's doing by itself when it's not chasing people.
Okay.
As I whisper, "Don't go breaking my heart, my heart, my heart."
Okay, all right. So I have to make a sneaking roll. So I'm let's see. So make me roll, and let's see. We'll use moves, and then you can also add in your nimble. So make a roll, then +11, then +2. You want to roll well on this, or else you're going to be noticed.
Oh.
27.
27 is good. Okay. All right. Okay, so as you're going through, so it has gotten to the main room, and it seems to be pressing itself up against the glass of all of the displays, leaning into it. For whatever reason, it seems to be almost rubbing its snout across the thing. And obviously, you're seeing this from behind, but basically, you're hearing the as it's rubbing its face across the glass of the different displays, and then shuffles over to the next one and does a similar thing.
Can I see what the putting his face up against glass is doing? Is it damaging the display?
Doesn't seem to be.
I'm going to I'm going to look for any loose item on the ground and try to make it distort some sound, making him think he heard something far off, so I can go up to the display case that he just went to and investigate what he did to it.
Okay. All right. Let's see. Give me a strength roll then.
Oh.
This is not that difficult of a thing, so the difficulty's pretty low. So.
Was it smelling the cases
13.
or looking in?
13?
13, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. You find a rock. You throw a rock. And it sort of then over then sort of almost rises up. So as opposed to before it was sort of lumbering along, now it's sort of at attention, and then sort of stalks over there, sort of almost in typical Scooby-Doo hunched over villain sort of manner, right? So it's aware of something now. Okay, so it moves away, and you get the case. I mean, this case happens to be a bunch of vintage maps.
Sorry, vintage what?
Maps. But it's, nothing really that exciting, and you can see sort of a smear, sort of where it really face up, but it doesn't seem to be nothing's broken, nothing is. It doesn't seem to be marked with a claw strike or any of that kind of thing. Just sort of what would happen if you pressed your face against a piece of glass and dragged it across.
And there's no residue
with
or
a beak.
anything left on it. It's just this one giant smear.
Yeah, just one giant smear.
Really strange. I don't know what this monster is doing, but I guess I will figure out. I'm going to look more closely at the maps to see what the maps are of.
Mostly they're historical maps of this area.
Okay.
So they have had different ones. They have sort of nothing in there seems to be actual museum quality stuff. It just is there's some maps from people who first came to Northward, and then sort of through the town up until now.
I'm going to look more in the area on the map, if it's there, the area of the map where the camp is, and just see if there's any, because of all the cases I've done with the squad, I'm seeing looking for some sort of motive, if there's some sort of rumor about a treasure at the camp or something along those lines.
All right. Make me a smarts roll then. Yeah, pretty much just straight smarts roll.
So that's a 9.
So yes, it's a map.
It's a map. All right.
Yeah. So like the oldest map on there is like you can see it was a hand drawn map. It shows the river and it shows the camp where it was. And then from what they were talking about, you can kind of get an idea of like where you are. Like, oh, okay, this is where the fort is. And like, oh, this is probably where the car is parked. And this is where the town is. And that's it. That's all you got.
Okay. At this point, I'm going to try to steer clear from the monster and just investigate more of the fort, just figure out why. I'm just looking for that motive why the monster is here.
All right. Let's cut back to the restaurant then.
I'm looking for wine.
Okay. You find a single bottle of wine.
Well, that'll do. That'll do. Can't get any better or worse than this bottle.
Right, and apparently 1992 was a great year for wine, because that's when this bottle is from.
I'm going to bring the wine out and just set it on the little cute table. Also, I don't know what time it is. What time is it at this point?
It's probably, you probably have maybe 5 minutes before the...
Oh, okay. Then I'm gonna find a corkscrew and open the wine and set the table out nicely, and then stand behind it at attention like a server would.
Yes, but puff your chest out, dear.
Puff my chest out.
Just in case. We want to present a good picture of what can be found in this town.
And just for fun, I just undo one more button. Just one more.
Well, goodness, let's not give away the good china, but, you know.
So, hey, Madam Mayor, is there anything else like that I could do or say to help you accomplish your goals?
Well, we just have to show that this town is a good town and that Mr. Valentine should keep his business here.
Okay, so at that point, with a roar of an engine, even though it's a limousine, why would it have that good of an engine? Screeches to a halt in front of the place, and in a flurry of activity, once again, Valentine blows into the town and immediately plants himself in the chair. All right, let's get this started.
Well, Mr. Valentine, I'm sure you can see that our lovely spread here is simply top-notch culinary desires on display.
I'm sure you have an amazing array of Midwestern food, but I'm not here to talk about food. I'm here to talk about the proposal.
This pasta was built here in North...
Who is this?
This is just an example of the kind of strapping young fellow that can be found around this parts. In the Midwest, we grow our boys big and strong.
The wheat was cultivated here in Northward. And
I want your opinion, I'll give it to you. Bring me wine, and the rest, keep the mouth closed.
Yes. So tell me more about this proposal, Valentine.
I need to know, are you in or out? I need you to sign the proposal that says that the fort is no longer on protected land.
That the fort is no longer.
Yes, I'm building this beautiful hotel, the Mea Culpa. I'm going to have a giant statue of Romulus with his hand outraged. And if there's not a Remus on the other side to touch hands with him, what's the point of even starting the project at all? But your government is so particular about these historically protected areas that I need you to sign this away so that I can make the beautiful hotel that's going to be the only reason anyone would come to this little rinky-dink town. Now, are you going to sign it?
Well, I think we should explore third and fourth options. Like, what if the Romulus and the Remus are on the same side?
No, they're touching hands. They're like reaching. Oh, do you not understand? Do you need to see art? Find me some art.
If I don't sign, you won't build your hotel?
Why should I? Half a hotel? What's the point?
Well, then I feel like, as the mayor of this town, it simply is my duty to sign.
Well, then we need to celebrate. You with the hair, more wine.
This wine was grown here in North.
No, more wine, less talking.
Right. I'm gonna fill the cup up like to the very, very top.
Okay. I mean, if the fort isn't a valuable museum even, then it might as well be a valuable hotel.
You could have your museum inside the hotel. I don't.
Oh, that's a great compromise.
I've no problem at all. I'm happy with the everything that's going on in the museum. More people in town means more people for Valentine.
All right, so it's just the fort you don't care about.
Well, it just happens that the fort happens to be on a particular piece of land that I need. But let's do you one better. Let's close that rinky-dink museum you've got there, the Morton School of Idiocy, and we'll build a nice museum in there, and you can have your name on it.
Oh, the mayor's museum.
Well, I was thinking your personal name, not your title. But it's fine with me. I mean, I don't care at all about this historical nonsense. I just want to make money in this country.
Well, then I say we celebrate together with a nice mutual maniacal laugh. Tink, tink. Yes.
I think
At this
that
point, you can slip out the back.
Yeah, I know. I was about to say, like, at this point, I'm like gonna make my way back to the fort.
And
Right.
I think it's probably Winona is going back to
Right, so these two are then converting. So, what? Okay, so are you going to try and accomplish anything else inside here? Or do you want to just try and, like, avoid the monster's gaze and get out? Or do you want to, there's something else you want to do?
I'm just going to see, like, if I can follow where the monster has been, not where the monster is going.
Okay. All right. So then you, how far, I guess, are you going to go all the way, like, as far back as you can?
As far back as I can.
Okay, yeah, so you can, it's pretty easy, because, I mean, like I said, there is carpet, so there's not a lot of footprints, but you can easily see where it's been because it's huge. All right, so you get there, make me a roll. I'm going to tell you what it will be. Make me a smarts roll, please.
19.
19, okay. It seems like that it's, the tracks just start outside, like right outside one of the old entrances or whatever. It's just like all of a sudden there's claw marks in the dirt and things too. But you can see that there's an area of grass that has been smushed down, and in that area of grass there is a small piece of paper, which looks like it has been ripped off. It's only a very small piece of paper, and it says crayon, CRAY-OON, don't know why it's spelled that way, and then a number 1213. It looks like maybe like a claim check, essentially, like something that's been torn off of something else.
Okay.
1213.
Yep.
I'm going to hold on to that. And am I outside now at this point?
You're outside. So if the three you want to
I want to
converge
try to get
now,
back to
you can.
fine.
Yeah.
So yeah, at the beast, you will reconvene.
Okay.
And you're giving mealworms to...
So here's what I found out, guys. The mayor and Valentine are in cahoots to turn this property over to Valentine. He wants it for a hotel. Something about Roman gods, and then I got lost in the wine, but he wants to turn this land into a hotel.
And I found out that Leighton Morton III must be in, like, terrible debt because he's been, like, pawning his stuff at the local unattended pawn shop, and Felicia's probably not going to accept Alex's proposal.
Wait, who's
Who's
that?
Alex?
Just don't worry about it.
Okay.
What did you find out about the monster? Where is it? Where can I want to see it.
Well, it has clawed feet. It's still in there, so we need to be quiet. But it has leathery wings, and it's really, really scary. It was just pressing itself up against the glass, rubbing its face.
You didn't catch it?
I'm not going to catch it by myself. We catch the monster together.
Okay.
I'm usually the bait. We all know this.
Maybe we should, like, see if we can find evidence that anyone else is here. Like, if someone's pretending to be the monster, then maybe we can find evidence that that person is here.
Maybe it's whoever also made this check, because it was where the monster I think originated. Crayon 1213.
Why would you need 12 and 13 crayons?
No. I don't think that's what it is, but we'll see.
the more colors, the better, Declan.
Yeah.
Again.
Is it crayon? What is CRA?
CRA-ON, right?
Yep. All in
That-
caps.
CRA-ON. Crayon.
Crayon.
What is that?
Well, what does it mean?
Richmond's crayon?
Okay, so at this point in the mystery, we've reached the end of the part 1. Yes, it turns out this is a 2-part episode, so we'll have to continue on. So make sure that you stay subscribed so that you can come back for Cry the Arglebargle part 2, and we'll find the solution to the mystery. So thank you, Spooky Teen Squad.
Yeah.